It's September and it's usually not the best time for Bitcoin because September has historically been the worst performing month for Bitcoin, and it's no different this September because it's starting off pretty bad. If you saw Bitcoin rise up to 25, 26,000 and you thought that the bottom was over, no, it was not. If you've been watching my videos, then you know that I already predicted that 25,000 is not the end of the bottom. The rally to 25,000 is not the end of the bottom because it will go down back again. It was a suckers rally. I had predicted that in multiple videos. I have linked that in the description. You can go through it again. Where I expect Bitcoin to really go down is maybe to $15,000-$16,000 in the next couple of months. Is it possible? Could be. Let's try and understand why September is the worst month for Bitcoin first, and then we'll see can it go down to $15,000-$16,000. So what's up with September, right? Well, look at this chart. September has historically been a bad month for Bitcoin. If you look at this, except for two years, 2016 and 2015, in every other year, Bitcoin has been in the red in September. This is the absolute worst month ever. And why is that? Well, in fact, it is not just September, right? If you look at S&P 500, S&P 500 almost always performs badly in August and September. This has been the trend for the last 25 years. Key reasons for that, people say, are what is dubbed as the September effect, is probably two reasons. One is that a lot of investors exit their market positions after they come back from their summer vacations in September. So they lock their gains, or for tax losses, etc. For the year's close, they try to close their positions. The second reason is that a lot of individual investors liquidate their assets in September to pay for their children's annual school fees. Very interesting, right? And given the fact that the entire crypto industry is majorly driven by retail investors, this seems more likely, right? This seems highly possible. Now, there's another interesting factor that this month could drive Bitcoin price even further down. We saw the Fed hiking interest rates by 75 bips two times already. Inflation numbers aren't out yet, at least at the time of this recording, but I don't think inflation has eased so much. So the Fed is definitely considering a hike, either a 0.75% or at least a 0.5%. In either case, there will be again liquidity pumped out of the system, leading to a crash in both stock as well as crypto prices. There is a full-blown recession in the horizon. That's what most analysts, most economists are predicting. So this September looks no different. It could be, all these reasons could drive Bitcoin price further. Where could it go? Some of these Bitcoin technicals indicate that it might go down to maybe $17,500. I personally feel it can go down to as much as $16,000, and after that it might start going up again. That's my prediction. Let's look at the fundamentals. Right? Let's look at some on-chain metrics. Bitcoin, if you see holders, about 49% are in profit at today's prices, and about 49% are in loss. Right? So at $20,000, there is an equal share of people who are in profit and in loss. 62% of people are holding it for more than a year. That's a great number, right? But let's dive deep into this number because it's not as simple as it sounds. Let's look at the in and out of number, right? At what price did people really buy, and how many of them are in profit, how many of them are in loss? If you take the entire spectrum, right? Somebody could have bought it when Bitcoin was like $1,000, somebody at $100, somebody at $1, and somebody could have bought it. Some poor soul could have actually bought it when Bitcoin was at probably $67,000, and today he's probably sitting at more than a 50% loss. Now, if you see this chart here, the first chart, it tells you that roughly about 48% of people bought it below the price that is today, and about 48% bought it above the price today. So that's a roughly equal split, but that's not what I want to look at. I want to look at how many people bought it around this price. That's very important because let's say today Bitcoin is at $20,000. Let's say somebody bought it at $21,000. One, they would be probably waiting for Bitcoin to come up to 21,000 and then they might want to sell. Or two, 20,000 is not so bad. They might recover like more than 90% of their investment, so they might sell if there is a need. So that number is very important. And this chart, while I'm waiting for it to load, I'll just tell you what as I was researching. Yeah, here it is. 40% of addresses have purchased Bitcoin. This is a spectrum that we're looking at. 15% plus or minus Bitcoin price. 40% of them have bought it when it was somewhere between $17,000 to $19,000 and $20,000, and about 53% have bought it from $20,000 and to $23,000. Right? This doesn't look so bad. Let's look at volumes. If you look at volumes, it's about 36% and 58%. That means there are twice the amount of Bitcoin that was purchased at a price higher than today's price, right? Between 20,000 to 23,000. And a good bulk of these people might want to sell, right? There's no denying that a good bulk of these people might want to buy, but the number of sellers might be more than the number of buyers. What does that mean? That means because this number is all nearly twice as this number, the number of people who bought it slightly above today's price is almost double of the number of people who bought it slightly below today's price. There could be a pressure, a downward pressure in Bitcoin price, because a lot of these people might sell if they need money. And given that in September, a lot of people close their positions, a lot of people sell their assets, probably to fund their children's school education and so on, for any expense. If there are job losses, if there is a recession, then a good bulk of these people might want to just sell because they're getting nearly as much as they invested. So there is a huge pressure, selling pressure, and Bitcoin might not hold up this number. It might go down even further, especially if the Fed increases their interest rates. What else is important? Now, I look at exchange information, right? This is very important to me because exchange information tells you if people are moving their Bitcoin out of centralized exchanges or into centralized exchanges. If people are moving it out of centralized exchanges, it means that they have, they don't want to sell it, they don't want to do any trading or anything like that. They just want to move it and keep it safe because they intend to hold it for long. If people move it from private wallets back into exchanges, that means they might want to sell and pull out their money. Now that could be bad. So what I'm totally interested in is this number, which is the difference between inflow and outflow. While this chart loads, I'll tell you that the inflow for Bitcoin in centralized exchanges was somewhere around zero, right? The net was somewhere around zero. What that means is people are neither buying or selling, or the number of people buying and selling was almost equal. So on that front, there's not much of a problem. People are not looking to really buy off or really sell off. There's no mood in general. So in that way, it's a very neutral territory people are trying to figure out, and that's what I think even you should be figuring out right now on what do you really want to do, right? Will you let the September effect really affect you, or will you buy now for the future? Will you sell now for whatever reasons? That's totally up to you. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, and welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. We keep making more such amazing videos and analysis. Stay tuned for that.